About 4 feet tall. No, we clap after the performance. You don't clap before the performance. Hello. Okay. Let me get a shout out to Zayd right there. I see you. All right, calm down. All right. This piece, I wrote it like 10 seconds. It's actually a free write. Okay. This is called The Last Man Standing. If I was the last man standing, there will be no planning. I will be the strongest and live the longest. Come on, man. Alright, I'm sorry, let me start over. If I was the last man standing, there will be no planning. I will live the longest and be the strongest. I'll take every step and every breath. I wouldn't need to spend any cash, because everything's for free. If I was the last man standing, there will be no planning. I will be the strongest and live the longest. Unstoppable is what I'll be. Only I'll be able to stop me. I wouldn't need cash because everything's free. Better for me and the trees. I'll take every step and every breath. I'll be the best in everything. Yeah, Jihad, even when I sing. If I was the last man standing, there will be no planning. I'll be the strongest and live the longest.
Alright, you guys, coming up next to the stage, you heard her once, you're gonna hear her again, Aisha Akras.
You go, girl! Woo! Work it!
Hi everyone, I'm back again. I know I am doing the English one. This is about, it's a true story. He was more like a brother to me, and I've known him since the longest, and when I lost him, I felt really, just like I'm gonna lose everything. So this is for him. Tariq, I see pain in the colors of my flag. Black, the color of anger, the anger of that night. That night, I saw for the first time her tears, my mom's tears running down her face because of him, because she heard that he died. Her son had died. Tariq had died while he was protecting us, protecting our home, protecting his friend. But he couldn't protect himself from them. He couldn't protect himself from them because he didn't have guns like them. He didn't have more than his hands, and his hands couldn't protect him. They shot him in his heart, in his lungs, and sweet red blood irrigated our beautiful green Palestine. I didn't know I loved him so much. I didn't know I was going to miss him this much. How am I going to live without him? How am I going to walk by his room and see his bed empty? I hate that night. That dark night, I lost my brother, and my mother lost her son, like so many mothers do. But they're still strong, fighting for our freedom. I get on my knees and kiss your hand. Mother, I will always remember your words. I will always remember your words, brother. Palestine will always be free. With white, green, red, and black, they covered him. Rest in peace, brother. Rest in peace. For you and for all my brothers and sisters from 1948 till this day.
Hello. Alright, wow. Okay, I have some more facts for you guys. Since the beginning of the latest Palestinian Intifada, September 2000. 1,487 Palestinian children have been killed by Israeli forces. So some of you guys think about more. I guess next we have is my video, along with Keith, Saida, and Rafi. The other two are not here, but Saida is here. So I guess we could just show that, and it's very explanatory. So, sure.
No school. Alright, you guys, how you guys like the video so far? Okay, you guys are sleeping.
Noor, I love you.
Okay,
Me and Dana's was the best.
Corinthians, I'm sorry, no. Alright, here goes another fact. Y'all can quiet down, please. On a daily basis, Palestinians face Israeli checkpoints where they sometimes wait for hours. They face roadblocks where they keep them from getting to their families, to their jobs, and even to hospitals. Next on the mic is a girl that likes to make fun of me all the time. She's rude. Kidding. Amina Demir. I feel like making fun of you.
Assalamualaikum. Hello everyone. Is it on? Yeah. Is it on? Okay. Exactly 1 year ago, at the same event, I was supposed to perform this same exact piece. And I wrote it like a half an hour before the actual event, and I messed up so bad. So I don't know if anyone remembers.
I remember that.
Thank you. Thank you. Alright. Okay, well, I memorized it this time. Can you? Yeah. No. I'd like to stand with it.
Yeah.
Step off the stage. Okay. He was the type of brother you see and wish you wore makeup that day. The smooth type of brother that knew just what to say. The type of brother with the soft lips, he would look at your eyes rather than your hips because he was a respectful young brother. An intellectual brother that just fell off track. And no, this isn't another cliche about some young man and some Mary J, rather a non-fiction. This is a friction between who you are and who you should be. And yes, it all began with a little puff pass after class before work. It never really hurt until weed could no longer get him away. He tried something new, and then days turned to nights, and nights turned to years, to the point where his biggest fear was the whole west coast of Chicago being completely clean. He felt no peace until his left hand was filled with his next hit, and his right hand filled with the money to get it. The point where ecstasy became a tragedy, and cocaine no longer filled his veins with the pleasures and blurs of getting away. Where his body ached from the inside out, and he knew what addiction was all about. And that young, respectful brother whose smile put the city lights to shame no longer had a name. Rather a junkie sleeping on grass, looking through trash, stealing some tires for some cash. Like I said, this isn't a cliche about a man led astray, it's rather a non-fiction. Thank you. And then I have a second piece. If that's all right with everyone. Okay.
Take your time.
Okay. I don't know how many of you guys have heard the rape piece.
Woo!
A lot of you guys. Okay. Hopefully not a lot of you guys. So, anyways, just bear with me. The smoke was too thick to breathe, and the lights were too dim to see, and all she could feel was his hand guiding her. Don't worry, just follow me, he assured. The party was too late to be at anyway. And finally, in the back room of the strange house they rested, and quietly he rested his hands upon her. He leaned in forward and completely contradicted her idea of personal space. The rush of blood she felt through her veins was marvelous. She had never been held like this before. She had never been loved like this before. And then suddenly he forced himself onto her, and then suddenly she hadn't wanted him, and then suddenly she hadn't wanted anything to do with him. She pushed and he pulled, stealing every last breath her young lungs could hold. Her makeup was smearing, her mind was screaming to be let go. She didn't even know his name. The beer was old and tasteless, the words were used and faceless. And when she could speak again, which seemed like years, she whispered, "Please don't." He cupped his hand over her mouth and said, "No, no, I won't." But that night, that cold August night he had, and that night, that cold August night, she climbed back through her window and wrapped herself in blankets and sheets, hoping the memories wouldn't repeat again and again in her mind, although they did, and she was alone in his defeat. And somewhere over the seas and far, far away, the same thing happened to a young Bosnian girl, too young to know what a monthly cycle is. And in somewhere in West Africa, in some famous tribe, which seems to be a different girl but the same muffled cries. And if you reverse history, you'll see the mystery of a mixed child, a slave master and his slave, and a child born completely out of shame called mulatto, and a young Jewish girl being handled by a German soldier in a way that should never happen. Although it happens for years on end, it doesn't matter the look, the weight, the height, the physical state. It's sadly true every 6 minutes a woman is raped. Thank you.